You wake up, no alarm clock, no toothbrush, no idea what day it is, because nobody's invented the week yet. Welcome to an average day thousands of years ago, and I promise you, it is weirder than anything you're picturing right now. Let's start in ancient Rome. Romans had a bathroom habit that will ruin communal toilets for you forever. Public restrooms were exactly that, public. Rows of stone seats, no walls between them, everyone chatting away mid-business like it's a coffee shop. And instead of toilet paper, there was a shared sponge on a stick, rinsed in a bucket of vinegar water. Passed from person to person. Same sponge, same stick, whole line of people. Rich Romans had it slightly better at home, with private toilets built right next to the kitchen. Because why waste good plumbing on just one room? Now let's go to ancient Egypt. Beauty routines were not optional, they were medicine. Egyptians of every social class wore thick black eyeliner. That coal eyeliner was believed to ward off eye infections and block the sun's glare. Modern science actually backs this up, some of the lead-based compounds in it had antibacterial properties. So basically, the world's first sunglasses were eyeliner. Egyptians also shaved their heads, all of them, men and women, and wore wigs instead. Wigs were a fashion statement you could swap out depending on the occasion, like ancient hats. Why? Lice control. Over in Mesopotamia, home of the very first cities, people were dealing with a problem you've definitely had, a bad landlord. Except in Mesopotamia, if your landlord ripped you off, you didn't leave a bad review. You filed an actual written complaint on a clay tablet. Archaeologists found one that's essentially a furious letter to a copper merchant who sold bad quality metal. Someone, 4,000 years ago, wrote a strongly worded email, except it was carved into wet clay and baked to be permanent, forever. Egyptian laborers building the pyramids were paid partly in beer. Not water, beer, because it was safer to drink than the river. And packed in enough calories to keep workers going through a full day of hauling stone blocks in the desert heat. Speaking of permanent complaints, ancient people also invented something you'd never guess, the office snack. Let's talk about sleep, because ancient sleep schedules were nothing like ours. Before electric lighting, many people practiced something historians call segmented sleep. You'd sleep for a few hours after dark, wake up in the middle of the night for 1 or 2 hours. Talk, pray, or just sit by the fire. Then go back to sleep until sunrise. 2 sleeps a night, with a built-in social hour in between, was completely normal for most of human history. And when it came to timekeeping in general, forget clocks. Ancient Romans divided daylight into 12 hours no matter the season. Which meant an hour in summer was much longer than an hour in winter. Nobody agreed on what time it actually was because nobody needed to, there was no train to catch. Dental care might be the most painful one. Ancient toothpaste recipes have survived, and one Egyptian version included crushed eggshells, ashes, and pumice. Essentially scrubbing your teeth with rock powder. Effective at cleaning, brutal on your enamel. And finally, let's talk about ancient date nights. In ancient Greece and Rome, one of the most popular party games was a wine-tossing game called katabos. Guests would flick the dregs of their wine cups across the room to hit a target. If you hit it, it supposedly meant your love life was about to go very well. So the world's first party game combined day drinking, aim, and reading your future in wine stains. So the next time your morning routine feels chaotic, remember, somewhere in ancient Rome, a guy just shared a vinegar sponge with 40 strangers before breakfast. And considered that a completely normal Tuesday. If daily life back then sounds strange to you, just remember, someone 10,000 years from now is going to look at your morning routine and think the exact same thing.